What's up, gamers? Your boy Beast the Gamer Kuma here with a review. That's right. We checked out Palworld, which is available right now on Xbox Game Pass and Steam via PC. Now, sadly, there's no crossplay between the two. There's only cross-platform between Xbox and Xbox Game Pass PC. Hopefully, in the future, we'll see that, but keep in mind that this is an early access game, so any complaints, problems, issues, keep in mind, it's early access, so there's going to be a lot of things to be expected. But let's get into it. You are in this world, and yes, let's get this out the way. It is definitely a version of Pokemon, but there has been so many games out there that have taken notes of Pokemon. We have Temtem, we have Gang Beast, well, not Gang Beast, I'm sorry, Cassette Beast, and now we have Palworld, which takes a extra step into what Pokemon could be if done right. I mean, Arceus almost came close to that, but we're not going to try to do a comparison because I already know some people are already getting freaked out, hurt, and pissed off with Palworld. So, off rip, this is definitely a capture monster style game, but with survival gameplay. Like, so put Arc Pokemon together and boom, here you got Palworld. The difference is that you can actually give Palians weaponry. I haven't gotten up to that point. Only 8 hours into this game. And honestly, it's been fantastic so far. The leveling, the building, making... well, let's talk about the good first. We're going to get the good out the way. The good thing so far is that the world is vast. Different, unique style, Pal monsters. I don't really know the proper term. I was kind of calling them Paladians or something like that. But you go into this world, and you meet different ones. The first things are these sheep pals, and you got these fire foxes, electric types, flying types are in the world. There was this big scary mammoth one that made me go, wow, I cannot fight that one. That's a level 35. And as you start off, you have to make your base, collect materials to build upon that base, make beds for your pals, build defenses, make some irrigation, stuff like that to make your area grow. And the more you progress, the more things you unlock into the technology tree. And last night, the last thing I unlocked was a crossbow. So we're getting more evolution into the weaponries, and it's actually pretty interesting. And as you do with the technology tree, you can also unlock certain abilities or items for your Palians, like saddles. So some can be ridden, some can be used as an extra machine, like weaponry. For example, the Firefox. I made a leash for it, so now I can pick it up and use it like a flamethrower, which is actually pretty interesting. There are certain eggs that you can find out in the world, and you can use the egg incubator to hatch them, and you might get something special. And it's a big pal. Sometimes it's a big pal, sometimes it's a little one, but it's pretty cool just exploring the world, finding other monsters, other people to talk to. And as you progress, there is certain missions that you're going to have to accomplish, like I'm building up to fight this person in a tower. And apparently there's some weird glitch where you can capture other NPC characters. And I'm like, kind of weird, but it is what it is. You'll use a Pal Spear to capture any creature in the world. To get these Pal Spears, you're going to have to find the Palladium fragments in the world. So the first thing I would say to build is your pickaxe, axe. I wouldn't really say waste time on a club because you can use your axe or pickaxe as a weapon and it works just as good. Doesn't really have that much of a difference between the two. But once you have that done, you build your base. And you're going to need beds for your pals. And as you progress throughout the missions, when you go into your pal base, there will be missions specifically to build up the base even higher level. So you want to get the more higher level it is, the more pals you can have in your base to do work. And each pal will have a specific set of skills. Some will be gatherers, some will be planters, some will be able to cut down trees, some will gather rocks and stuff like that. Every pal will have a specific role in the world, and it's actually pretty cool. So the more pals you get, the more better your base will be. And also, if you catch the same pal, there's a leveling system that goes on. I haven't gotten that far yet, though. So consider this more like a first impression, full-on review. I think I won't really see much of how the pals evolve until I reach probably like 20 hours in me. We will see. Like I said, only 8 hours. But the bad I will have to get into right now is the fact that building your base is kind of wonky, and I'm kind of sad about that because you would think that you can actually, with all this, I guess that's the mentality I have right now. When you have so many games that's been out for years, survival games for matter, so you have developers that seen what other survival games can do and how you can grow upon it. But it seems like some take a step backwards. Like with this one, I helped my cousin build the base, but he only could build one floor. I'm like, huh. Unlike in Lego Fortnite, you can build double deckers if you've done it properly with the staircases and stuff like that. It's very limited, so I guess keeping it simple as just a one floor base is fine. But you know, some of us want to get more elaborate. We're building a whole big house for everybody so they can have individual rooms and such of that nature. And apparently there's no assigned beds, so anybody can sleep in anybody's bed. So I mean, I guess it keeps it simple, but also it's kind of a drag when you think about it. Secondly, no dedicated server on the Xbox version. What? Okay, I gotta remember to myself, this is early access, there's gonna be problems, and you need to address this to developers. So to the developers, please make a dedicated server for the Xbox version. I heard that the Steam version has that. So what I mean by that is, when my cousin left his own world, we all got kicked out, instead of us all having a special key to go back in. And it's also limited to only 4 players at a time in each world. While the Steam version, you can have up to like 32 people in a world and it'd be dedicated. So once somebody leaves, that doesn't mean everybody else has to leave. You just stay in that world and you can jump back into that world, which is pretty cool. Makes you want to buy the Steam version. But yeah, Xbox version needs that kind of dedicated server because that will definitely be annoying, especially when you want to go back in and level up your character. But you need the host to be there to do so, and that's just a pain. A real serious pain. But so far, character creations is very limited, which is kind of sad. I mean, they do have a mohawk, but you can't really create a type of a super weird character or even a taller. They kind of keep it very simple. Again, there's a lot of simplicity in that. Maybe there'll be more later on in the future where I can make a taller person or a thicker person, but they keep it super simple. Super simple. And again, when it comes to weaponries do evolve into the technology tree. You just have to level up yourself. It's pretty simple while complicated at the same time. Going into certain boss battles, I saw certain enemies in the world. They didn't really mess with me because I didn't want none of the smoke. Where there was some guards walking around with heavy rifles and armor, and then sometimes your base will get raided. And I thank God that we had a fast travel option because we had to zip back to the base because yeah, sometimes you'll get mostly day or nighttime raids random, either from other human NPCs or man-eating Pallions. That was actually pretty freaky and fun the same way. And you know, if you kick their butt, they start running away as fast as they can, but sometimes we don't let them go. And I have this 3-shot bow that I'm really happy about, but I'm definitely gonna make that crossbow because I definitely want to get more into the advancement of weaponry because I don't even know if there's PvP yet, but who knows. Other than that, yeah, the game is pretty intuitive and it's very addicting. So far, it's doing really well in sales, but I want to see how long that will last because you know the attention span of some people is kind of once they get the gimmick of it, yeah, I get it, and they'll just move on. But I'm hoping that the developers do take heed to what they need to improve on. Like I said, building needs to be improved, especially also take care of where you place your inventory boxes. I do like the fact that you can lock some of the boxes, so if you got other friends in your world, they can't just go into your box and take your stuff. I have one box that's password protected with certain items that I am saving for later use. But if you build too close to each other, it's gonna be like a glitch situation where you won't be able to go into individual boxes. It'll still cater to that one box, even though you're pointing at that other box. It's still too close to the other box and it will be hard to register to get anything else. So try to keep them spaced out as much as possible. I would say spaced out enough that you can walk through them. So I would say 2 bodies length is pretty fair. I would say 2 bodies length between boxes. And as you progress as well, you'll get bigger storage cases. Like I made this wine barrel type storage thing. It's weird that it was a storage, but it holds more stuff and that's pretty cool. I kept that on the outside of the base. Pretty much, there's not much else I can say with Palworld. It's pretty fun. I like it. I'm gonna give it If it's my usual score, 1 out of 5, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 beastly paws. Check out Palworld for yourself. It's free on Xbox Game Pass, or you can spend $30 and get it on Steam. It's up to you. Steam version would be more preferred if you want a dedicated server, so a lot of your friends can just join in and you don't have to worry about it being closed once you leave. But yeah, Palworld is out finally now, and honestly, don't think too much into it. Try out the game, check it out for yourself, and enjoy yourself. It's pretty fun. Other than that, thank you all for checking out my quick review of Palworld. I will see you next time, and stay tuned for more live streams of it. As always, peace out.